Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. Hi Hopip. Hi LeChonk. Oh, you don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. I changed up my team a little bit. We still have Power Up and Ancho in there. But, I decided to let Bestie rest up for a little bit, put Fury on the bench for a little while. Glamora can rest up. I have Icebox, Divine Flame, Soldier, and Carry with me. And what are we gonna do? We are gonna go see Arvin. By the way, I went to Namona's house. She's not there. I went to my house. My mom has no different dialogue. Alright, you ready for a battle, Blackjack? Excellent. You're ready to do, right, Mabostiff? Yep, Mabostiff says he's ready. Okay, I can see why you'd be worried. But my buddy here's bursting with energy. You never know he was so weak just a little while ago. Won't leave me alone, always whining at me, wanting to battle you and your Pokémon. It's been so long I nearly forgot, but he always did love to battle. Even if we always lost to that student council girl, the battle fanatic one. Anyway, my point is there's no need to worry. We're a brand new Arvin and Mabostiff, and we're feeling audacious, or maybe herbaceous. Let me give you a taste of what we can do! Ah! Oh, he doesn't get a special title, huh? The Pokemon that met during our hunt for the Herb Mystica are all-stars, every one of them! Let's see this. Let's see this, come on. Give it to me, baby. Oh, you give it a little hard, okay. It's interesting, it's a very localized earthquake. Kapow! Alright. Gosh, okay. I was gonna headbutt. Why not? Well, maybe that's why not. Okay, another headbutt should be fine. Should be. Should be. Okay, Totoscroll. Switch Pokemon. Let's go with Carry. Can it be Carry's time to shine? Wah wah! Oh, nice. Okay, alright, we're good. Oh, man, okay. Okay, let's just keep doing pluck. That should take it out. There we go. Arvin, aren't you hot in that jacket? Okay. Garganackle. Yeah, let's switch. Let's go with Soldier. Soldier should be able to cut right through this one. Yeah, feeling a little salty there, buddy? Garganackle strikes me as the kind, if you, like, give it a little pat on the back, your hand is going to taste like salt for a while. Ooh! Oh! Holy cheese! Okay, alright. Yeah, okay. Alright, we're doing this. Okay, Scovillain. What's a good one for Scovillain? Oh! Scovillain's pretty cool. It feels like a middle stage, though, doesn't it? It feels like it should, like, evolve into something with 3 heads, maybe the third's a yellow pepper, and a big bulky body. Or like a long, curvy body to look like a spicy pepper. Okay, Oh! Okay, alright, I guess that's gonna defeat the purpose of actually using Yawn. Okay. Cloister. What's good for Cloister? Aside from Carry. Okay, well, let's try Icebox. Icebox I got from a trade, and I was like, what the heck is this thing? Actually, Glenmora was the same way. I had never seen that little thing before. Both of those are pretty rare to find in the overworld. Liquidation, my gosh. Yeah, not very effective. Yeah. Yeah! Oh, yeah, you know what? Here, I'll just keep. Let's celebrate your full recovery with a glow-up! Time to terastalize, Mabostiv! Such an awkward name. It seems like a lot of characters have trouble controlling the ball when it starts vibrating. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that a fairy move? Yes. Oh, that's dark, that's not ghost. Crap. A lot of them have... There's, like, no way of knowing what the frick the headpiece is supposed to be. That looks more like a ghost. But I guess ghost looks like the old ghost default image. Divine Flame didn't get to do anything, did she? We're so close, Mabostiv, so close. But Blackjack, thanks, little buddy. Dang, this is the strength of someone who could take down those Titan Pokemon, huh? Yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, I do think we're gonna need some more support. The Pokemon in Area 0 are super strong, and there are all sorts of weird machines there, too. I say we need at least 2 more people. Someone with some champion rank level skills, and somebody who can deal with crazy tech. Student Council President? You're probably right, that girl can take on any Pokemon that comes at her. She's a beast! Well, seems like you've been busy making some pretty useful friends. I reach out to them and organize things. You just make sure you're there. The meeting place will be the area... will be the Zero Gate. It's this facility out on the edge of the Great Crater. Send the info on how to find it, so don't keep us waiting forever. I only got to tell him about one of the people. Well... I mean, it's over here, isn't it? The flat, yeah. The flat town. Hey, Mom! I'm gonna go inside the ancient crater that they say never to go into. It's all filled with smoke. Okay. All right. I think we just need to make 2 alterations. Bestie. And Monstro. I think Divine Flame has a good type combination. Plenty of good moves. I think she can stay where she is. Come on. I don't know why I remember Medley as the flat town, or Medley, Medali. Medali. I mean, there's a lot of flat towns. I guess when you go in, it looks really weird, you know? You know what? There's still something else we've got to do. We've got to get our education. I'm sorry I tricked you into another voice acting stream, didn't I? I didn't know I was going to be doing that. Just thinking, you know, we might as well wrap stuff up, huh? I just ride my dragon straight through the front gates of the school. Does anyone want to talk to me? No, I guess not. Let's go for biology. And I do have to talk to Jacques about getting my Pokédex stuff going on. Hello, hello! I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. The topic for this last class will be Pokemon forms. You can just think of forms as the shapes or appearances that Pokemon have. It's also a phenomenon called a form change, where a Pokemon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclizar, for example, which we regularly ride on as transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. First is its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second is its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there's its ride form, where it inflates its throat sac and tail so we can ride on its back. Though, we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. If I'm talking about your phones, some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Does anyone know the Pokemon I'm referring to? Heracross! A regular expert on Pokemon and technology, aren't you, Blackjack? Well, I can tell you the guy who did the bulk of the experiments on Rotom is probably still in prison now. You know, for trying to blow up a volcano for the protection money. The Pokemon inside your smartphone is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. A Rotom inside the Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and other electronic appliances. You know, I wonder if it hadn't been for the seizure thing, which was not Porygon's fault, I might add. If it hadn't been for that, I wonder if we wouldn't all be using Porygon phones. Which I think was a thing in one of the games, right? Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change form do it simply by holding an item or having one used on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon may even change type or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that the Pokemon can return to its original form. And unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you can see. Could I learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? Bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the Academy to the fullest and change form into a new version of yourselves, or something like that anyway. Oh, I almost forgot. Regional forms, which vary based on what region a Pokemon came from. Don't change like other forms. They're an innate... there's the bell. I guess I was scatterbrained Mr. Jacques right up to the very end, huh? I had a great time teaching all of you. I hope you do your best on the final exam. Oh yeah, that's right, I get sent back to the entrance. I gotta go back up there and talk to him anyway. Penny was at least in the same class, so can we just... hand wave that we talked to her about Irvin's plan? And it's just gonna be you and Irvin. And Nimona. Oh. Okay, I guess I don't have anything. Frick. Okay. Went all the way back up there for nothing. Alright. Alright. I mean, I wouldn't like math with Ms. Time. I'm sure you could find a much nicer teacher. One who doesn't try to dictate the emotions of others. Hello everyone, I hope we can have fun once again today for our last class together. Last time we learned about probability using move accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. You know that in a class with 40 students, there's a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday. It's true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? I've heard about that many times, but it's really... I can't figure it out. Let's move on to today's topic before we get swept up with probability again. We're teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like type matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the like. All of these variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, do you know there's an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. If a Rock-type Pokemon uses the Rock-type move Stone Edge, the move's base power for 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Ground and Rock may seem like similar types, but if a Ground-type Pokemon uses Stone Edge, that move's power will remain 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers onto this whole numerical increase, so it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon that shares its type with this move uses it and hits an opponent that is weak to that type, what happens to that move's power? You did a calculation on your head? Well done, Blackjack. First, using a move that shows the type with its user multiplies the move's base power of 100 by 1.5, making the power 150. The fact that the opponent is weak to the move's type then doubles that power from 150 to 300. The original power of the move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terrestrializes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus it gets for using a move of that same type increases from 1.5 to 2. Is the student ahead of a... I guess she's not falling asleep, she's taking notes, but the way her head is swaying from side to side. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what will really let you shine the most. Bear in mind it's true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure make me happy if you could take those words to heart. You seem to be against people being their true selves. I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice right from their first lesson. No, because you would have come off like a bigger hypocrite than you are now. My apologies. And just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in the blink of an eye. So much fun to be able to teach all of you eager students about numbers. Next class will be our fun final exam. Be sure to review the material well in preparation. And after that, I hope I never have to do that voice again. I didn't think I would be doing so much talking for the teachers. Are we gonna learn more about Pokemon wielders today? Because I've got a great story about one. He was also a merchant from the East. I don't think he's the one you talked about, but... Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now a part of history. Today is our last class, so I would like to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition to 200 years ago, correct? Last 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably towards the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? Is to start from our present and study history in reverse? Indeed. It may be difficult to understand the flow of events, how one thing leads to another, if we were to trace history in reverse. I suppose I've no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the terrestrial phenomenon. The technology behind Terra Orbs has its origins in Area Zero. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore that area. And around 140 years ago, Pokemon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, these were in fact terrestrialized Pokemon. I'm just gonna let that thing twitch a little bit. I wonder if that's one of the things they're gonna patch. However, when those who discovered these Pokemon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded and the terrestrial phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be a present day, a certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Turo. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Blackjack. I would do no such thing. Answer me this. Is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? To think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question. You must be very diligent in your studies. Well, the other two you listed were not professors, so it's... Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Turo unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. He discovered that the shining crystals down in Area Zero, or rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terrestrialize. This led the professor to invent Terra Orb technology and to develop a practical use for it. This technology was then shared with both the Pokemon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. I didn't know he was a scientist. I thought he was an academic. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Professor Ryford. I have met the man whose picture you display behind you. It actually makes it more exciting. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? This ends my history classes. Our next session will be our final exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. It's probably not going to be anything for the rest of the time, is there? I never know what to do with Salvatore's voice. Salvatore. I just want to cram every accent at once into there. My dear friends, how are you all today? It's time for the last of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes-vous prêts? Are you ready? It also doesn't help anything that I can't speak French. What a response fantastique! Great answer that is. Perfect for our last class together. I love it. And aujourd'hui, today, we will once again be having a listening lesson. Voici, go for it, my assistant, Pikachu. Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend. Our last listening class, tell everyone how you're feeling right now, s'il vous plaît. What? Can you feel that? That's one contagious emotion in Pikachu's voice. Emotion he suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now. I don't frickin' know! Oh my, did Pikachu sound surprised to you, Blackjack? And Pikachu says... It's expressing happiness. Doesn't make you just want to break out into a happy dance. No. No. I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no, I simply asked it to show you all how it felt about getting to have class with you. Getting to meet so many new friends and study together in this class with you. It's made me and my little Pikachu so very happy. Now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all last one wise word of advice. As you live your lives, I'm sure you will all have times where you get mad or sad, maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a veritable roller coaster. At à la fin, in the end, there is surely happiness waiting for you. So gardez la joie, keep a smile on your face, even in the hardest of times. So the problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on, be it a teacher, your family, your friends, anyone. Our prochain course, next lesson, will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we learned in all our classes so far. Adios, matane! I just can't with that man. I can't. Oh my! Garganacl, are you taking up more room than you should? Oh, sir! This is our last class, but don't let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up! You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know how that I have that much left to teach you. But I can always aim for ever greater heights. So today, I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. If you're playing in a group of 4, you can all battle each other in multi-battles. Now, when you're out having battles during your independent study, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can be any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of these special rules involve adjusting Pokemon's levels. Oh god, her hair's doing it now too! Now, the no restrictions rule lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item too. But if you choose to use normal rules, all Pokemon will be set to level 50 for your battles, regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes lower level Pokemon. They'll get a power boost to participate. Her hair's not doing it now. Normal rules let you use multiples of the same Pokemon species and of the same held items too. The great part about this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule called flat rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50. Such Pokemon will be set to level 50 for the duration of the battle. The flat rules rule set is the one often used for official tournaments. This rule set does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiples of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set should you pick if you were to use a level Pokemon keep its level low? Oh, gotcha there. Normal rule adjusts all Pokemon to level 50, even lower level ones. If you got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for, your best bet is to choose the flat rules rule set. It seems opposite, though. Flat, you'd think, would even everything out. Of course, you could also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want, at any level and with any held item. It's a pretty good rule set when you want to battle freely with friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50. Flat rules let you use lower level Pokemon at their actual levels. Maybe use those tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we truly are out of time. So this will be our final exam. Aim for a perfect score. Assa! Assa! Okay. Mr. Hassel, I saw you the other day. How is Professor Gibble? Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. My, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe this is our last class. Now, our topics for today may feel somewhat unrelated to art. But there's absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. There are two things I wish to focus on today, ribbons and marks. Both ribbons and marks are special honors that capture a Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has a noteworthy experience. In recognition of its feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to a Pokemon, it may be granted the Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Cascarafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found on wild Pokemon you meet for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as with the Rowdy mark or with the Vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you'll run into a Pokemon with these marks. So if you're able to catch a Pokemon with a mark, rejoice at your outstanding fortune. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with Pokemon that have ribbons or marks? Well, yes, indeed, you can show them off, but that's surely not the extent of your interest, is it? Well, because I don't know what to do with them! The correct answer is that Pokemon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. I thought they just happened over time. Simple. You could send out a Gibble with a Best Friends ribbon by declaring, "Go, Gibble, the great friend!" Well, I know I just said that marks are generally found already on Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. It seems that more recently, Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. Some marks such as the Gourmand mark, the Item Finder mark, the Partner mark, and so on. So it might be fun to try to work out how to get each mark. Each gets names. Any clue? Well, that just about wraps up our last class. Next is the final exam. Please review our material closely so you pass on your first try. I mean, shall we? There's gonna be a separate video doing the finals. Also, if need be, I'm going to cheat like crazy. I hope everyone knows that.
Put away your phones, it's time to begin our last class together. Home economics is the study of life's necessities, but looking back at our time together, I realized that I focused almost entirely on food. However, it's not too late to shift to a discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. I'm sure you're aware our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish whenever they please. You should all receive 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one each for spring, summer, fall, and winter when the academy accepted you. If by chance you are not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe.
I've been wearing the same thing all year.
As long as you wear a school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school-issued. This includes your bag or your hat if you choose to wear one. You're even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyling, for example, would have almost certainly been against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me. There's one more thing I'd like you all to like to decorate, which I must say I find quite charming. Perfectly correct, that's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit I'm fascinated by Rotom phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents where you can purchase cases for your Rotom phones. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking.
I thought he wasn't admitting to liking adorable things yet.
Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with this small talk. As this class, known as Home Economics, nears its end, I have these final words to you who have been honing everyday life skills with me.
You haven't taught us shit!
My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores may play a part in deciding your future. However, you can go on to cook for yourselves, or to take care of your Pokemon, to decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken. I would be honored if what I had taught you serves to smooth out and enrich your lives. Even if only a little. The settlement was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel, whose particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Prepare to do our best on our final exam.
Okay, I've taken all the classes. No one? Really? See if she's got anything to say. Okay, alright. Did that student just materialize? Okay. Oh, here. So Ancho's with us for okay, for our final exams here. I will see you all next time for our final exams. And then we can finally progress with the goddamn story.